We are back at Oshkosh Live, powered by Redbird Flight. We can see the show starting to heat up here. It's a beautiful day. The thoroughfare here, Knapp Street, is starting to pop. And I'd like to do a quick thanks to Ryan Ewing, the editor of Aviation Geeks, who produced that awesome segment about the Oshkosh Fire Squad and how they take care of everybody here during this highly intense event with, again, more than 10,000 aircraft over the course of a week. Really incredible. Teresa, we have our next awesome guest here. Why don't we give them a proper introduction?
I would be delighted. Yes, we are joined by our friends from Middle Tennessee State University, MTSU. And we have a recently graduated student from MTSU, Haley Harrison, and the provost of the university, Mark Burns. Welcome to both of you. We're so excited to be having a chance to talk to you. I know you've been at EAA many times and have a very highly regarded, recognized aviation program. And so, Mark, why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Right. Well, thanks. I don't know what year this is for MTSU at EAA, but it's a lot. We have one of the leading collegiate aviation programs in the nation. We're really proud of that, and so each year we want to have a big presence at EAA, both to sort of, make sure that we're known in the industry even more, but primarily to give our students and our flight instructors and faculty a chance to interact with people from really around the world in aviation. But it always, for me, comes down to students. And so Haley's a recent graduate. We have other students who will be here throughout the course of the week. It's just a great chance for them to meet and greet and to just see this spectacle that happens every year.
It is a spectacle, isn't it? It's just,
it
I think every year it just seems to get bigger and more exciting,
yeah.
and I never tire of it. We're actually going to have some of your students participating in some of our segments throughout the course of the week.
Yeah, that's
They're
awesome.
going to do some real fun stuff. So, yeah.
Haley, I understand that you are a recent graduate.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I graduated with a dual concentration. So my major was aerospace, and then I did a dual concentration in both professional pilot and flight dispatch. And then I also was in our honors college as well, so we have like a minor in honors. So I did that and did the whole undergraduate thesis, and it was a really great experience. I've loved my time at MTSU, and then I've continued that into now being a flight instructor in our program as well.
That's incredible. So maybe a little bit about, for young people who might be on this path, where was the seed of the love of aviation planted? How did you, know that was the pursuit you were going to follow regarding your education?
Yeah, so I grew up kind of a little bit around aviation because my parents both work at FedEx, but I don't have any family that are pilots, so I was kind of the trailblazer in that, and I was granted an opportunity by one of my family friends to go up in his own personal airplane as my discovery flight. So that's the first step for everyone, is to do a discovery flight to see if you like airplanes, you like being up there, to kind of plant the aviation bug that everybody talks about. So I started with that, did a discovery flight, and then I did my private pilot certificate back at home before I came to college to see if I liked flying and if it was for me. And then from there, it just kind of stuck. I chose MTSU because it's kind of in my backyard, very affordable university, and also very prestigious as well. Really great flight program. And then I continued to get all of my ratings and certificates there through MTSU. And I've really enjoyed it. So the first step, I would say, is definitely a discovery flight.
And so tell us a little bit about how rigorous, did you find it super challenging? Was there any moments in school you're like, I don't know, maybe I'm going to be in the office at FedEx as opposed to flying the planes for them? Was it intense?
Yeah, I mean, flight training in general, it takes a lot of self-commitment, I guess, and a lot of discipline and self-studying, because you can't just, have your ground lessons in the classroom. You have to study outside because there's so much information in aviation, so much knowledge that it comes with. But MTSU and my flight instructors that I've had, and the classes and the courses that we provide that are supplemental to flight training, those really help secure and implant the knowledge into your head to kind of help you supplement your own studying. So the resources that our college and our university and our programs have provided have really, really helped my own self-studying, but also like progressing through the program. So being at 141 University and having that extra coursework that kind of supplements that flight training has really, really helped in that progressing through the program, to not, those roadblocks or, the stalls of the flight training where it's like, man, this is so hard, I'm not getting this. I had those resources to kind of help me push through that, as well as, your own discipline to push through that. But the resources that MTSU has given me has definitely helped.
That's great. So as you think back over your time there and maybe what was surprising to you from what you thought when you first went to your first day of school to when you graduated, what would you say to your younger self now about, that based on what you now know?
Oh my gosh. There'd be a lot, I'd say. I knew that it was possible to get to this position of flight instructor, but you kind of experience that imposter syndrome where it's like, you're sitting here as a private pilot and you're like, man, it doesn't feel like I'm ever going to get there, but it comes so fast. So honestly, really to my past self and to anybody else that's starting in that position, just soak it all in. It goes by so fast. You're looking back and it feels like you're never going to get there, and then bam, you're there, and it's so quick, and college is over and you're graduating and you're the flight instructor now and you're the one teaching. So really just soak it all in, make those connections, because your peers are going to be the people that are with you in the industry. So make connections and just cherish it while you're there, honestly.
Oh, that's such good advice. That's really, really, awesome. Yeah, good. And what would you like to add to that, Mark? And just as you've kind of seen students come through the years, what's...
Right. Well, Haley did a great job with this question. Thank you for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have more than 300 programs of study at MTSU. Aerospace is by far the biggest major. This fall we'll have more than 1,300 aerospace majors and nearly 1,000 professional pilot concentrations within that. Wow. So it's a huge part of the university. We got about 20,000 students. Math is not my strong suit. So why did I bring it up, you might ask? So we have about 6% of our whole student population is in our aerospace majors.
Yeah.
So we really do pride ourselves on focusing on student success and providing the supports that are needed to help students succeed. Now that looks different in aerospace than it does in English or in biology. Right. So we do our very best to provide what students need in all of those areas. Here, this week, of course, we're celebrating aerospace, and we've got graduates, and Haley knows this, all over the industry, doing all sorts of things, not just flying. We have a lot of pilots out in the industry, but doing all sorts of dispatch and aviation administration and mechanical work and all sorts of things. So we're really proud of our program. We're proud of our flight instructors, of which Haley is now one. We're proud of our alums and our current students, faculty too, of course.
Mark, I haven't had a chance to talk to many provosts in my life. But as long as I did, I just maybe wanted to posit a hypothetical. Let's say one of the Oshkosh Live co-hosts got a 920 on his SAT, maybe was a solid C student. Would you tell that person that they could be a part of the aviation program at MTSU, or would he have to go do something else? Just a hypothetical.
No, it's a good question. We are not an open admission university, but we're not highly selective either. That didn't sound quite right. But
you've really changed her outlook. Wait a minute, has it all been a lie?
We're not. It's not like we're rejecting 95% of our applicants.
Yeah,
you've got to be a good student to get in.
Yeah,
I would say Haley gave good advice in terms of making sure it's something you're interested in.
Right.
And once you get into MTSU, we will help you figure out if that's the right path for you. Aerospace has got some great professional advisors in addition to the flight instructors and the faculty members. There are professional advisors there assigned. Every student has one person to go to help them figure out what the best path is, how to proceed along that most efficiently.
So I can be in the industry without flying, right? I mean, I think that's what
Absolutely.
he's saying,
Yes.
is that I could really be in a
Right.
support role.
Yeah.
And I think that's such a good point too, and you brought it up that sometimes we think of jobs in aviation and people immediately think of pilots, but there's really a lot of career
Right.
opportunities in aviation. So if you have the interest in that, start the coursework and figure out which is the right
Right,
path
and we
for
have,
you.
like
Yeah.
I said, we have hundreds of students who are not on the pro pilot path. They're
Right.
on one of our other concentrations within the department,
Right.
and they do great too.
Yeah, that's excellent. Well, and Haley, you did a beautiful job of describing your experience there and stuff. I'm sure that other people that are watching this that are trying to decide, what they want to do, what college they want to go to, and what they might want to study. I think you were a great inspiration in that.
Thank you.
Absolutely. I'll bet you're a very good flight instructor too. I'm sure your students love you.
And at some point, she had to know, like, I can't go to the Sigma Chi party on Saturday night because I've got to study and I got to work. Those are all the decisions that I did not make
The
well.
bad choices?
Yeah. I was never like, let's go out drinking and then build a drone, right? Like, that was never really something I did. But again, like MTSU, learning a lot about them today. Excellent. So, Mark, when you came to the school, did you understand that reputation when you joined? Was that already well known?
I actually was an MTSU undergrad.
Okay.
And typically when you go then on to grad school and go looking for jobs, I'm a political scientist by training, you're looking all over the country. And I did. And I was fortunate to be able to come back to MTSU, not just because it's my hometown, but because it's a great place to work, because we have a long tradition of putting students first. Mm-hmm. And yes, we do good research, great research, and great service, but helping students succeed is really the core of our mission. And that's what attracted me as a faculty member to MTSU, and we have not lost that. We've changed in a lot of ways as an institution in the time that I've been associated with it, but we've not lost that, and I hope we never do. Don't think we will.
That's really good to hear. That's a nice, it's a nice sentiment. Yeah, absolutely.
So, if I can ask Haley, what? Obviously, MTSU has had a footprint at the show for a long time. Anything you particularly want to see while you're here?
This is actually my first time ever at Oshkosh, so with the university, it's my first time here as well. Honestly, I'm really excited to go to each of the vendors' booth. I work for our maintenance department as well, so as like a parts person. So seeing those people that we order the parts from and stuff, and going up to their booth, that's pretty cool. And going up to the Diamond booths and Piper, because we have those in our fleet, and talking to them about the airplanes we fly every day. Also, just the airplanes in general, we saw the U-2 fly in yesterday, the spy plane. That was really cool.
Wow.
So really just overall the experience as a whole, all of it, I love it. And seeing all of that, this opportunity and coming to this is literally the largest aviation gathering in the whole world, and seeing all of the planes come in has really just been an experience in itself. So I'm excited for all of it, and I'm looking forward to all of it, honestly.
Awesome.
Well, I'm sorry I missed the U2. That's cool.
Yeah.
No, yeah, me too. Yeah, but that's great.
So how many crew do you have with you? How many other people rocking these blue shirts in your posse here at the show?
I think we have about, 9 students, but I think we have about maybe 20 or so of us in total, because we have admin and faculty here as
Right.
well. So,
And
and I mean, Mark probably knows the exact number, but about 20.
I think that's about right. And people will come in and out over the course of the week. But we've got a great location, a booth right at the base of the control tower, and we would love for you to come by, and everybody listening, come by and visit us and learn more about the program and just chat.
Absolutely, yeah.
So
Please do.
I guess for both of you, a little bit, beyond the bubble of the aviation world there at MTSU, tell us a little bit about the college experience, the location. What's the school like from a broader perspective?
Well, I'll give the officials remarks and then turn it over to Haley.
And then Haley can tell us the real thing.
We're a regional comprehensive university, which means we have programs across the board. We're 30 miles from Nashville, so you're not stuck in that Nashville traffic, but if you want to go visit, you can. The town is called Murfreesboro, a booming area economically and in terms of all sorts of opportunities for things to do outside of class when you're not studying. We pride ourselves on serving first-generation students. We have a lot of those, and students from all sorts of backgrounds with all different levels of abilities. So we're not everything for all people, but we do our best to accommodate students with various backgrounds, both demographically and academically. And I'm really proud to say that over the last 10 years or so, our graduation rates have gone up, our retention rates have gone up. So we've been very intentional about providing supports for students, from study skills to math and science tutoring. So yeah, I'm really proud of what we're doing, and Haley here is a great example of.
Now that was the
product.
Provost official version.
Yes.
So now we're going to turn it over for the real.
But
Here
I'm
we
listening,
go.
Haley. So
Honestly, whenever people ask me to describe MTSU, I always say that it's a big college with a small town feel. Because I feel like everywhere I go, whenever I meet somebody, we're one person away at least. So it's like I make a new friend, but we have some sort of like mutual friends. And that's not even just in like the aviation program, like outside of that as well. I've been involved in multiple clubs, Greek life, classes in general, gen eds. It's always connected. So I've never felt like I was drowning, even though it is a large school with great programs and a lot of expansion across the university. So I know a lot of people, whenever they go and on tours and stuff, they're always like, it's a big college, like, am I gonna drown in the student body? But you really don't. Everybody's always one person away. It's a really great community. I've made some really great lifelong friends, and everything that I've been involved in there. So, and I've just overall really enjoyed my experience there. Everybody always asks on tours as well, like, if you could go back and choose a different college, would you? And I always tell them genuinely, no, I have loved my time at MTSU and all that the college has invested in me, and then the people that I've met through there as well. It's been a really, really great experience.
That's wonderful. Yes.
A+ answer.
Right.
She doesn't need those grades anymore, but that's really what, she's a great example of why we do what we do.
Right. Right.
And it's a happy story, and like Haley indicated, it's a big community, diverse community, and we still are quite friendly. And one thing about our university, we had a pretty low student-faculty ratio, so it's not like you're just lost in the crowd. Students from day one on campus have an opportunity to interact with faculty members, not strictly in huge sections with teaching assistants. And nothing wrong with that for the schools who do it, but we've taken a slightly different approach.
Yeah.
Right.
And do you have a mascot?
We do.
Blue Raiders.
Where the Blue Raiders is our teams. Our mascot is called Lightning.
Okay.
Who is some people say Pegasus, others say winged horse.
Okay.
But
So would I say, if I wanted to act like a local and be like, do I say go Raiders? Like, what's the
Go
phrase?
Blue Raiders.
Go Blue Raiders.
Go
Yeah.
Blue
Go
Raiders.
Blue.
All right.
yeah.
Well, you both are tremendous ambassadors for MTSU. Thank you so much for stopping by. I know it's going to be a great show. And Haley, congratulations again
Thank you.
on your journey. And Mark, again, tremendous ambassador for MTSU.
Well,
Thanks
you.
for coming and sharing the
Thanks
story
so
of
much
the school.
for having us. We really
Yeah,
appreciate
thank
it.
you.
Great
thanks.
conversation. Hope to see both of you more throughout the show. And again, we're here on day one. We got 4 days of awesome coverage here,
Yes.
Teresa. So
Yeah.
it is Oshkosh Live, powered by Redbird Flight. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Haley, for being with us this morning.